In a shocking turn of events, celebrities have now come out in support and agreement with Kanye's reveal that Clive Davis set up Whitney Houston's death.
But there was a party at Clive Davis's house, and that's where the story began.
And her and Clive had a fight 2 days before, and then the next thing you know, she's dead. That's how Clive did it.
Why did you let the party go on?
Of course, this is a personal thing, but the Grammys were the next night. You don't cancel.
On February 11, 2012, the world was rocked by the devastating news of Whitney Houston's death. Many speculated that she had succumbed to her addiction, but the truth may be even more sinister. Enter Clive Davis, one of the most powerful men in the music industry with a track record that speaks for itself. When he discovered Whitney's incredible talent and stunning looks, he knew he had hit the jackpot. However, Whitney's rise to fame was not without its struggles. In a 2002 interview with Diane Sawyer, she spoke about her fallout with Clive Davis and a possible plot to have her killed. But her words were dismissed and her character was attacked, leaving her vulnerable to those who sought to silence her. The circumstances surrounding Whitney's death only add to the suspicion. Her autopsy revealed missing teeth, scars, and scratches, and she was found face down in a tub. It's unlikely that she simply overdosed and accidentally drowned. It's more plausible that someone was in the room with her and a struggle or fight ensued that led to her drowning. The drugs found in the room may have been planted to make it seem like she had relapsed and died from an overdose. Maybe that's why Clive Davis pretended like nothing ever happened after her death. But why would someone want to harm Whitney? The answer may lie in the dark underbelly of the music industry where power and greed reign supreme. Kanye thinks Whitney's untimely death may have been a warning to others who dare to speak out against the corruption and abuse that is all too prevalent in the industry. Maybe that's why he used a photo of the bathroom where Whitney Houston died. Kanye West has always been known for his unconventional ways, and his Daytona album cover is no exception. While he may have snapped the cover photo for his own album using his iPhone for free, he reportedly paid a whopping $85,000 for the photo used on Pusha T's Daytona album cover. And the photo in question, a picture of Whitney Houston's drug-filled bathroom, taken after an alleged drug binge in 2006. Was Kanye trying to tell us something?
The confidence to take on the world and the possible backlash, and it took me a year and a half to have the confidence to stand up and put on the hat.
Despite the backlash from Whitney's family and fans, her nephew Gary Michael Houston has a different take on the situation. He defended the artist's use of the controversial image, stating that they are simply conveying a visual message to accompany their music, not to be divisive, but out of a different mindset when it comes to situations like this. Gary Michael Houston, the son of Houston's older brother Michael, told Good Morning America in a statement, "People will automatically look to people like Pusha T and Kanye West and try to place blame or say they have ill or malicious intent to gain publicity. But I get it. I get the correlation." The 31-year-old continued, adding that he's actually a fan of the album. Bottom line, they are artists, and in this day and age, if they can afford to pay someone for usage of that photograph in order to convey a visual message to accompany their musicianship, then so be it. Gary added that fans should be directing their anger towards the person who originally took the photo and sold it to the tabloids, as they were the ones who violated Whitney's trust in the first place. Whitney's death is extremely puzzling, and it's no wonder that Kanye is targeting Clive Davis when it comes to this. The official cause of her death was determined to be accidental drowning, with heart disease and cocaine use being contributing factors. She was found unconscious in a bathtub at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, where she was staying for the Grammy Awards. Many people have raised suspicions about the circumstances surrounding Whitney Houston's death. Some have suggested that foul play was involved and that someone may have had a hand in her untimely demise. One of the people who has been the subject of such speculation is Clive Davis, a music industry executive who was closely associated with Whitney Houston throughout her career.
Needed her back.
Oh, yeah.
He needed her back, but he needed her back and under his control.
Clive Davis was the founder and CEO of Arista Records, the label that Whitney Houston was signed to for many years. Davis was known for his keen eye for talent and his ability to turn unknown artists into superstars. He was also known for his hard-nosed business tactics and his willingness to do whatever it took to make his artists successful. There are several reasons why some people believe that Clive Davis may have played a role in Whitney Houston's death. One of the most significant factors is the fact that Houston and Davis had a falling out in the years leading up to her death. Houston had been signed to Arista Records since the early 1980s, and Davis was instrumental in launching her career. However, in the early 2000s, Houston began to distance herself from Davis and his label. She reportedly became increasingly frustrated with the direction of her career and the pressure she was under to maintain her image as a wholesome, family-friendly pop star. In a now infamous interview with Diane Sawyer in 2002, Whitney Houston spoke openly about her struggles with drug addiction and her tumultuous relationship with Bobby Brown. She also made some cryptic comments about demons that she was battling and suggested that she had been the victim of some kind of plot to harm her. Houston also alluded to her conflict with Clive Davis and hinted that there may have been more to their falling out than meets the eye. Another reason why some people believe that Clive Davis may have played a role in Whitney Houston's death is the fact that he stood to gain financially from her passing. After Houston's death, her music sales skyrocketed, and Davis was able to cash in on her posthumous popularity. He also wrote a memoir in which he described his relationship with Houston and the struggles she faced in her personal life. Some have suggested that Davis may have had a financial motive for wanting Houston out of the way. Jaguar Wright confirmed as much. Clive Davis is also known for hosting legendary pre-Grammy parties that have become an important part of the music industry's annual awards season. These parties are attended by A-list celebrities, executives, and industry insiders. Houston and Davis had a close personal and professional relationship that spanned over 2 decades. Davis was instrumental in launching Houston's career and helped her become a global superstar. However, it's no secret that Houston struggled with drug addiction throughout her life. Reports suggest that Houston used drugs at many of Davis's pre-Grammy parties over the years. According to sources, Houston was often seen consuming alcohol, cocaine, and other drugs at these events. One of the most infamous incidents took place in 2001 when Houston showed up to Davis's pre-Grammy party looking disheveled and agitated. Eyewitnesses reported that Houston appeared to be under the influence of drugs and was acting erratically. She reportedly got into a heated argument with her husband, Bobby Brown, and was eventually escorted out of the party. Despite these incidents, Houston continued to attend Davis's pre-Grammy parties, and many industry insiders turned a blind eye to her behavior. Some speculate that Davis himself may have enabled Houston's drug use by providing her with a safe space to use drugs and avoid public scrutiny. And then there's also the fact that Kanye might have reason to expose Clive Davis because even Kanye has been to his pre-Grammy parties and knows exactly what goes on in them. In the past, the night before the Grammy Awards was a wild affair thanks to Clive Davis' annual pre-Grammy gala. This star-studded event, held at the Beverly Hills Hilton, has become bigger than the awards ceremony itself. Only around 1,000 elite guests make it to the glamorous gathering, which brings together competing factions in the music industry. Music mogul Davis, who helmed Arista and J Records and is currently the chief creative officer at Sony Music, was inspired by Irving Paul Swifty Lazar's legendary post-Oscar parties. He wanted to create a night where people put down their armor and celebrated together. Over the years, Davis has acted as the master of ceremonies, putting on performances by legends and rising stars. The Foo Fighters always attend and affectionately refer to the night as Clive Aid. Last year's event saw performances by Sam Smith, Smokey Robinson, and Barry Gibb of the Bee Gees, as well as a show-stopping performance by Johnny Mathis. The gala owes its existence to Barry Manilow, whose hit song Mandy was up for Record of the Year at the 1976 Grammys. Davis, who was heading Arista Records at the time, worried no one would attend the celebration but was pleasantly surprised when music industry heavyweights like Stevie Wonder and Elton John showed up. Davis also had a keen eye for spotting emerging talent. In 2004, he allowed a young rapper named Kanye West to audition for him. After a 20-minute audition, Davis was convinced and put West on the stage at the pre-Grammy Gala, helping to launch the rapper's career. Maybe then Kanye saw something in 2012 that he just couldn't ignore and chose to reveal it to the world. That's all for the video, folks. Thanks for watching and goodbye.